Jessica is in the hospital. Her parents were the ones that found her on the basement floor. Abigail was there too at the hospital. Her parents had called Abigail while she was on her date, and Josh dropped her off at the hospital entrance. Both the sister's parents and Abigail are in the room, watching over Jessica while she sleeps. The doctor overseeing Jessica's care calls the parents out of the room for a private conversation. The parents leave. Jessica slowly wakes up and is frightened to see Abigail, her sister, the perpetrator. Guess that author, your host, Lady Poetic Dove. Abigail gets real close to Jessica's ear and says, "If you say anything to Mom or Dad, the basement floor will be the least of your worries. Besides, it's your fault. If you weren't so careless, you wouldn't be in this situation." Just then, their parents enter the room, and Abigail puts on a fake smile and acts relieved that Jessica is awake. Will Jessica reveal what really happened to her, or will she remain quiet? There's a lot to unpack, so let's start with the first question posed in part 1. Note, if you have not watched part 1, I recommend you watch part 1 first, then come back to this video. The question was, did any of the ladies' parents know that Abigail is a sociopath, especially in her childhood? Our hidden author has some insight on this. She states that children, till the age of 18, under the current diagnostic system for mental illness used in the United States, cannot be diagnosed as being a sociopath or having an antisocial personality disorder. Instead, children are given the diagnosis of conduct disorder. Symptoms include bullying others, physical cruelty to people/animals, fire setting, shoplifting, and etc. In Abigail's case, there's a huge possibility that she exhibited those symptoms while growing up, but her parents may not have been aware of some of her deviant behaviors or know how to access help for Abigail. 2. How does Jessica, or anyone for that matter, protect themselves from a person like Abigail? Our hidden author encourages that you should do your absolute best to prevent the anxiety-inducing person from isolating you completely and have a caring person to confide in. In our case, Abigail's goal is to isolate Jessica. She knows what she has done to Jessica carries consequences that will affect her freedom. So, if Abigail can prevent Jessica from talking, not only can she live her life without facing any consequences, but she will have all the power as well as enjoyment in tormenting Jessica, making her believe it was her fault for falling down the basement stairs and gaslighting her into believing that she deserved it. The hidden author calls this form of isolation a closed system and encourages readers to break this system that the sociopath has created. In the case of Jessica, when she recovers, she will go to her most trusted guidance counselor and tell her the truth, which ultimately will lead to the rest of Abigail and allowing Jessica to live her life finally. It won't be easy for Jessica because of the physical and emotional scars left behind by her sister Abigail, but with the right social support system, she can gradually overcome it. Now, can you guess who this hidden author might be? Introducing Dr. Martha Stout, author of Outsmarting the Sociopath Next Door. Even the most eloquent lie becomes vulgar when exposed to the truth. Michael Faudet.